There you go. It's focused now. Okay. Hello, YouTube. Doing an updates vlog. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. I've got a cat on my knee now. Don't sit on my leg. Right. Updates. Right. Let's be quick. Updates are medically still broken. Still got a broken leg. I can't walk far as such, and we've just discovered that I've got circulatory problems in my leg, which is affecting the healing. So that's why it's taken well over a year now for my leg to heal. But I find out next week if it's healed. So hopefully that or it's to a significant degree I can actually get on without them worrying if they're going to rip apart my leg again and start the whole process over again. I don't think that's going to work. But I do now have a mobility scooter. I did a repair on a electric wheelchair. It needed a new switch. It wasn't working properly. The battery was dead. Oh, I should have shown you the battery. How to revive a discharged car battery, because I did it and it bloody well worked. I'll actually do a little piece, a little snippet video of how I did that. But anyway, I fixed the chair, got it running. It's been working perfectly since I did it, which is a few months ago. And they also had a mobility scooter, and it was broken as well. It was broken because of one wire. It'd been in for repair 3 times. They'd spent hours on it and charged quite a lot of money, and every time it kept breaking down. It was one loose wire. You couldn't spot it unless you were taking the thing apart. It was while I was taking it apart to clean the frame and clean up and paint the frame that I found that the wire was loose, and it wasn't loose in an ordinary way where it was just it was actually in a block, and the wire had just separated from the block but was still in the block, so it wasn't connecting. It connects sometimes but it wouldn't connect other times. So I fixed that, and that's now working. I've now got to finish what I was doing, because if they have to rip apart my leg, I'm going to need a way to get around, because I can't use the motorbike, and I need to get to the shops and back. And if I need to go any further, if I get into town, there's no bus services around here that can actually accept mobility scooters. So how I get back and to and from shopping, or how's this, getting to and from work, there's no buses to do that. It will cost me more to get to and from work than actually the hours that I would work, which is stupid. But anyway, to the side. So I've got that. I've got hopefully next week I'll find out if I'm going to be okay. We've also found out that my back is damaged. I said I broke my back. What it's done is caused the onset of arthritis in my back. And it's not painful. It just clicks, and it clicks while I'm sleeping, so it's affecting my sleeping, which is a bit annoying, but it's there. It's something I've got to put up with now. It's arthritis, you've got to put up with it. Nothing you can really do. I've got it in my hands anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. I know what it's like. Oh, Settlers. I've been playing Settlers a lot, and I mean a hell of a lot. But hey, just going to check my Settlers. Annoying cat. Right, yeah, that was my Settlers. Because of I've basically been trapped in an environment I can't do what I'd normally do, which is lots of videos about building stuff or gothing stuff or things like that. I haven't been able to do that as much with the onset of the cold weather. I also can't do it because it actually hurts my leg. Titanium doesn't like cold, apparently. But yes, I've been playing things like online pool. I've been doing some quiz games, but I've been playing Settlers and Battle Pirates. Battle Pirates you can find on Facebook. Settlers I used to play when I was a lot younger. I think about 15, 16 on the computer. And Settlers used to be a great game, and I've been playing on it. And it's one that you can do a little bit, walk away, go and do some other stuff, sort stuff out, look for work, things like that. And then I come back to it, and something needs doing, so I just do it some more. And It's therapeutic, I think is the word. So it also keeps your brain active because you've got to think ahead and plan. But yeah, we'll get onto that into a minute. Into a minute. So we're looking at updates. The trailer is on the bike. It's fitted to the bike. I have been trying to do a video for it, but I've got 4 cameras. 4. The one that I'm currently using here does not like vibration and likes to turn off because it gets too stressed. It doesn't like it. It's the design of the camera, unfortunately. It's not anything that's bad with it. It's just it's designed not to stand up to a V-twin when it's vibrating. And it's the same with settlers. Back with the cat. Yeah, settlers again. Found an iron mine. Yes, anyway. We always say trailer on the bike. The trailer's on the bike. It's had a couple. It's still an ongoing project. Well, I say an ongoing project. It's doing well. It's working. It's very blooming useful for getting around and getting stuff back to and from home. So it's already justified the cost, which wasn't a lot when I rebuilt it. When I originally built it, it's already justified its cost for years. It's had a couple of teething problems, but those have been things that I could quite literally sort at the side of the road. As I said, I've got 4 cameras. The one that I'm using at the moment can't handle it. It can't actually be bolted to the bike and just run, so I can't use that one. The other 2 do not like the vibration either. I really don't like the vibration. I've got one left. It can't be bolted to the bike. It's that little mini cam that I've got, and so I've got to set that up on a decent day. Yesterday we had a lot of wind and rain yesterday, but that's got to be sorted. So I will do a video of the trailer running, so you can actually see it in its natural environment as such. One thing I can say about that, I was on my way back from Sainsbury's. I went to Sainsbury's, did some shopping, and I was at a set of traffic lights, and somebody ran into the back of me on the bike. A car just nudged me forward. Luckily, I didn't have my hand on the brakes, and the trailer took the brunt of it. But it wasn't a lot, and so there was virtually no damage to anything because there's a little bit of flexibility there, so able to flex, and there wasn't any damage at the side of the road. Luckily, I had a look over it. I've run it since, and it's been fine. But it was just a muppet woman, funnily enough. She said she didn't see me. Big bike with trailer, and she didn't see me. Oh, my idea is, was she on the mobile phone? Most likely. But hey, carrying on. Trailer is on. I will do a video of that. That will be sorted as soon as I get decent weather and I can bolt the camera to the bike. Carrying on. Once I've given you this update, I'm just going to do another video, which you'll see here, of the things I've been doing to keep myself entertained. I'll do that after I've done this one. Updates. Work-wise, as you know, I lost my job last year. Yeah, last year, early start of no, it's the year before. It was near enough New Year's Eve last year. It's about 2 years ago. I lost my job, and it was because of a government scheme that because I was on just above minimum wage. So that was the lowest I could go legally, wage-wise, and the business owner decided that he could employ somebody on a government scheme, for a third of the wage for twice as many hours. I got basically outpriced on the market because I can't go any lower, not because I was willing to go lower. It was a case of the government says you could employ somebody for 40 hours a week for 104 quid a week. That's not right. That is not right. You've undercut the market. We've in a downturn when we got the economy as bad as it is. You cannot afford to have wages cut so badly. You cannot afford for people to be undercut, so they can't actually earn a living wage, because the jobs they're going for can be done by a 16-year-old for a third of the wage. It's stupid. It really, really is stupid. But anyway, getting aside. So I've been looking for work a lot. I've had 8 interviews in the last 2 months. 8. That's more interviews than I've had in the last decade. And I've got the experience. I've got the qualifications. I've got the I've got the skills to do it. So I've got qualified, skilled, experience, and there's only one reason that people are not taking me on, because I'm too much of a risk. Then I'm not going to say that, but quite literally, I'm still broken. Until I'm fully healed, they're not going to even look at me. Or it could be age. It could be age and wage again, as I said. So the market's flooded. The last 2 job interviews I've had, I've quite literally been told we've had so many applications for this job, and we're interviewing 100 people. Interviewing 100 people. You know, and I come along and I'm quite literally a risk, as to I may have to drop out of the job because I've then got to go back into surgery. You know, I'm too much of an unknown option. When somebody comes along with the same or slightly better qualifications or skills, I'm going to be automatically put to one side. So, and I'm also having to change my job direction because I've been overconfident on my skills. ATOS say I can work. Basically, I can walk to a door and I can press a button, so therefore I'm fit to work. It doesn't mean I'm employable, because I'm not employable. It just means I'm fit to work, and I think I'm fit to work. I think I can do so. But then again, I've been overconfident of my abilities. I've pushed myself once too many times over the last few months, and I've paid for it. And in a job environment where you can go into a job one day, overdo it, and have to go home early because you've overdone it, or something's happened that's made your condition worse, it's a case of ATOS do not know what they're talking about. And I've got friends that have to go for the ATOS palaver, and they are pseudo doctors. They are not fit for purpose. Yes, I can understand where the government's coming from when you've got people with disabilities working in the workplace. They fought for their rights to work. They fought for it, and you can't blame them for that. But then you lump everybody in the same box. You shouldn't be penalised because you can't find work that can cater for your condition. And I know people that have got severe long-term conditions that are being asked to work, and it is a major thing. And because it's run by a private company, ATOS is run by a private company, it's got quotas, targets, profit. It's not fit for purpose. It should be scrapped and a proper system brought in. There used to be a decent system. It was abused. I can understand that. I understand that it was abused as well, the old system, but at least people weren't penalised for their medical conditions. As I say, looking for work is one thing, but the rest of the time it's trying to fill my days, and as I'm not in the environment where I could just potter around and do stuff. I have to entertain myself. Sellers is one, and I'll do that in the next video. But hey, carrying on. Elias is doing well, my little boy. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm not going to say much, but I get to see him about once a month, and he is really progressing well. He's progressing slightly further than I would have expected. He's a bright young chap. He's got a lovely smile, but yes, that's going on at the moment. Um, but hey, it was he's a year old. He's over a year old now. It was his birthday a couple of months ago, and he's over a year old now, and he's lovely. He's going to be a lovely little lad when he's old. He's going to be a heartbreaker as well. Anyway, that's my vlog updates for at the moment. Watch my next video on how I've been keeping myself entertained over the last few months, or the last year. I might do a couple of political rants after that. But anyway, goodbye YouTube.